on-foot intercept right in my own backyard, more or less to say. Once again, the warm sector prefrontal winds are going crazy right now. We're sitting at about maybe 25, 30 mile an hour winds consistently. And it seems like our frontal line, as it comes in from the west, it's going to be coming in from this direction. Ignore my hood. It's going to be coming in from that direction. And yeah, I don't know why I'm stuttering so much. It's going to be coming in from that direction. So we will see it. We have a great vantage point here. Very good prevailing visibility. This is it. This is going to be the grand finale. I'm going to try to stay live as long as I possibly can until we have to possibly retreat into the car. I have it parked right over here. It's perpendicular to the winds, which might not be a good thing. But then again, hopefully we don't get anything stronger than 60, 70 miles an hour. I'm hoping to realize the full force of this squall line as it comes through. But this is it. This is going to be the grand finale. This is probably going to be our last live stream of the day. And we're just going to sit tight and hope. We're going to see what unfolds. It looks like the frontal line is more off to our north. This is due north from where I am here in Haines City. This is going to be more your northwest, and that's due west. That's one thing I like about the orientation of my neighborhood, is it is totally perfect with a compass rose. The clouds are still shrieking and screaming by in the mid to low levels of the atmosphere. But what I noticed was very cool, and I don't know if you guys will be able to pick this up, but if you were to look above this low cloud within the first 200 to 500 feet of the atmosphere, there are actually mid-level cloud cover, not these low-lying stratus, but the mid-cloud behind it is moving this way. I think I just finally saw my first bolt of lightning. We gotta be careful. We're right near telephone poles. That's the one thing I really didn't think about, to tell you the truth. HRRR may have been under forecast, or I should say over forecasting the winds. Right about now, right about game time, 1800, 5, 6 p.m. in the afternoon, early evening time, it was forecasting gusts upwards of 50 miles an hour, and we're nowhere near that right now. We're definitely not seeing anything close to tropical storm force strength just yet. We're still hovering right about at the 30, 35 mile an hour threshold. Multiple tornado warnings just went out and also left, or I should say expired, for the Tampa-St. Pete area, one of which traveled very close to MacDill Air Force Base within their 5 nautical mile range ring. Yeah, we're going to be watching closely. This atmosphere is definitely primed to give us really bad weather, though. Definitely really bad weather. The mamadas have moved on. I don't see any mamadas clouds in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere anymore. Previously, though, there was a lot of mamadas up there, which is very indicative of unstable air. Totally different air mass. It feels like a totally different time of the year, to tell you the truth. At 3 p.m. on the line, wow. I'm seeing very, very faint lightning strikes off in this direction. Okay, the winds are starting to get a little more sporty. Nothing too crazy just yet. And this is why I love this horizon line here. We're going to see it coming. We'll definitely be able to see it. And I'm going to have you guys on the air with me as long as I possibly can until we have to shelter in place or just take cover altogether and move indoors. I really want to see if we're going to get really strong winds, if there's going to be any kind of funnel action in the air, if we're going to be able to catch glimpses of rotation in these clouds, especially as the greater storm cells move in. I noticed before I took myself off of radar Omega, it does look like we're starting to see the banding, the wave-like appearance on the leading edge of this squall line. Yeah, see, here we go. You guys might not be able to see it too clearly, but we have this low cloud right here that's moving due north. But then the bigger cloud just behind that low cloud, believe it or not, is moving that way. It's moving more to the east. Here we go. Now the winds are picking up. Now winds are definitely picking up. Okay. I'll admit, winds are getting up there a little bit. Can you guys hear me okay? I have my lapel. Yep, winds are definitely picking up. Look at this low cloud right here. This low cloud is flying. These low clouds are booking it right over my head. I feel like I could reach up and touch them. They got to be more than, or no less than 100 to 200 feet in the air. Mid-level or mid-etage cloud cover here. This bigger cloud behind our low-lying stratus is moving that way. It's moving to the east. So you can see the shear component. You can definitely see the shear component. I want to say that is the squall line right there. Where that tractor is, just beyond that, if you guys can see right in through here, there's that blackness in the air. That's, I think, the squall line. That's the northern apex of it, or the northern extent of it, headed towards the greater Orlando area. in reference to where we are, this would be Davenport in that direction. Davenport, this would be headed towards Orlando, towards the I-4 corridor, towards the attractions. This is going to be straight into Point Siena, where my car is kind of parallel to. I still, I don't see a lot of lightning just yet, though. Might still be about 50 to 60 miles to our west. I'm watching to the north right now. Watching all of this in here to see if I see any lightning strikes. There is frequent cloud-to-ground lightning with all this. So I'm hoping we can get a couple good lightning strikes on camera as well. This is a real deal here, though, guys, for sure. This is a real thing. Practicing what I preach. That's why we're going to do an on-foot intercept, especially since I have the luxury of being able to duck out indoors if I need to, right over here into my neighborhood. Starting to get a little rain all of a sudden. Some light rain falling. Still no lightning. Still not very impressive. We're not seeing very impressive winds just yet. Glad you got out of there just in time. Brian, you're getting tornadoes right now? See, what's also great about this is since we are in an open area, we can see things coming for at least a mile or two away. This is a great vantage point to check your prevailing visibility. And right now we have unrestricted visibility in every single quadrant, every single sector around us. So whatever is out there, we're going to see it coming. If there is anything, we'll see. Pearson and Volusia County went from 77 to 57 in about 25 minutes here. See, that's what has me wondering if we're going to get some tornadic activity here in this general area, because the models were definitely not anticipating we were going to see tornadic parameters ramp up like they did for the Tampa Bay area, down towards the south in Sarasota, just to the north of there in Clearwater, where we had multiple tornado warnings go out all at once. I believe there was 4 or 5 different warnings back to back to back. Yeah, look at this. I really wish we could do a time lapse of this cloud cover. It's moving so fast off to the north. Still no really intense lightning strikes. Nothing really on the horizon just yet. And the winds they're trying to pick up. I'll admit, they're slowly. Nothing really dramatic, though. And not only that, but what we're also doing here, another reason I like this area, is we are in the full force, the full bona fide extent of this pressure gradient advection style wind event down here at the surface, prefrontal winds, because we have nothing funneling this in. There's nothing funneling, no terrain, no buildings, no urban areas, no metropolitan areas, no roads to interfere with it. It's just all flat terrain here, maybe some houses. Houses are going to do very little to disturb the airflow through here. Still watching to the north, nothing just yet. Can anyone pop onto the radar right now and see exactly what's happening? If they have any new thunderstorm warnings out. I know there's a severe thunderstorm just off to our south and west down in that area, coming up towards the east-northeast, and it might miss us just barely off to the south. It might be more of a Lake Wales kind of setup, if it holds together. Wow, so if your temp and dew point are dropping that fast, that means we definitely have to be ramping up the warm air just on the leading edge of this front. So we probably are going to feel a little bit more warmth coming in from the south. We're going to definitely see that little bit of acceleration in the winds. At least we have to as it gets closer. Because again, Brian, if you're there, that mass and that density change between air masses, it's going to allow the fluid air, that gradient along its leading edge, to really accelerate like a fire hose. Out here? No, I definitely think the air is definitely far more unstable out here at ahead of the front. Headed your way in northeastern Polk County. All right. No, we're still in the unstable warm layer of this. Where you guys are probably back behind the squall feature already. There's where our heaviest rainfall is, down over here. I'm about to set my tripod up, see if it'll stay standing. Instead of holding the camera, my shoulder's getting tired. We're going to be here for a little bit. Maybe I'll set it up right by the car. Let the car act like a barrier. see, where can I posture this for now? There we go, that works. And you guys should still hear me clearly because I'm speaking into my lapel mic. So that's another good reason, or that's another reason why we got a clearing overhead. It's another reason why I made sure to attach my lapel mic. All right, set this up right behind my car and hope it doesn't get tossed around. There's absolutely no way that it suddenly just shut itself off. I refuse to believe that. I got to look at radar real quick. Hold on. There we go. There is some real big-time rotation happening to our southwest. I just looked at radar Omega. I'm going to put this on the tripod now. Looks like the tripod should be stable enough so I can get it to fit in here. All right, there we go. Much better. Much better. It's a heck of a lot better. All right, here we go. So it's not stabilizing. The line is still very robust. The thing is, because of the orientation of it, we've actually already had frontal passage to the north. I just saw it. We have all of our inbound winds surging along the leading edge of this. You got to remember, it starts up in this direction. So we are probably already seeing action as far north as the Carolinas into Georgia, up towards Jacksonville, Daytona Beach, and it's spreading southward diagonally or laterally across the state. It's coming up at an angle, a very sharp angle. We're still getting very good returns along the leading edge of it. So we'll see. We'll see. All I know is we have a very, very possible tornado down to our southwest. It always seems like they happen in the southwest, too. Last time I barely missed a tornado a number of months back before I was on YouTube. And I barely missed it. Missed it by maybe a couple of minutes because of traffic, of course. But we'll see here. Gonna hold true. Well, we'll see. If nothing happens, then nothing happens. I'm still gonna hang out here and see what's what. Supposedly all of our models, unless the models are backwards all of a sudden, the models were thinking that we were gonna have no threat for severe weather along the west coast and it was gonna ramp back up over the Four Corners area, particularly Polk into Osceola and then Orange County. So it could be possibly interpreting what's happening down to our southwest and bringing it up this way. Looks like there might be some dry air funneling in over here. There's a really nice clearing in the clouds. Extremely strong wind component in the upper levels, though. Those clouds have such smooth edges because of the upper level winds or the mid-level, low-level jet. Winds are starting to pick up for sure now. I still don't see any lightning, though. That's very interesting. For such an intense line of storms, I don't see any lightning at all. I figured by now we would start seeing lightning. What time is it? 5:22? 5:22? I would say let's relocate, but I'm so beat, ready to honestly collapse on my face right now. So if I seem a little grumpy with you guys, I apologize. But it's been a long last 16 hours at this point. 17 hours, going on 17 hours, with only 3.5 hours of sleep, maybe less than that. That flow is coming right towards us. Where I'm standing right here is totally in line with the low-level flow. Excellent shear component. Clouds going this way, just above that. Saved it. Now winds are picking up. Saved it. I gotta watch this tripod so it doesn't fall on it or fall on my phone. It's starting to get dark. I think I can see it now. It's starting to come in. Let me go ahead and face that direction. That's it down there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Definitely still sitting comfortably at about 30 miles an hour. Getting into tropical depression intensity sustained winds now. So we'll see. The HRRR was saying 40, 45 miles per hour, occasional 50 mile an hour gusts. Let's see, it's almost showtime. As that gets closer, it's going to get stronger. I need somebody watching the radar for me, unless I keep bouncing in and out of the stream, but I also don't want it to quit on me. Yeah, the front's definitely through you. It's definitely getting dark. It's coming in. It's definitely getting dark. I don't know if you guys can see the darkness for sure on camera right now. And we know for certain, oh, there we go. Now we're starting to see lightning. I just saw a cloud to ground strike up there to our northwest. Let me try to angle the camera a little bit more. Lightning's starting to come in finally. Get it closer to the car so that way the wind hopefully doesn't catch it. Right up into there, I'm starting to see lightning strikes just to the right of that cat right there. This whole area here is getting dark. And we know it's not just us losing the sun, because as we know, the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, so it's going to get dark over here first. But this side, there we go. I don't know if you guys saw that. I might be standing in the way. Now we're starting to see some cloud-to-ground lightning. So here we go. Now we're getting close. Getting closer to game time. Can you guys still hear me okay, even if I'm not really in front of the camera or anything like that? I'll check the chat in a second. I'll look to the side. Drop a 1 or just say yeah in the chat for the few of you in there if I'm still coming in clear okay. Hey, Samasta Pasta, welcome in. Okay, there we go. Very good. Thank you. Starting to see some cloud-to-ground strikes up in this corner, the northwest quadrant. We'll see if we get a couple more. I think I just saw a cloud or a in-cloud lightnings. There we go. Yep. Now, there we go. I don't know if you guys are seeing that. Now we're starting to get some lightning off this thing. We're getting close. This is why I wanted to live stream this. I want to capture everything and go back through like a highlight reel. Let me see if I stand here long enough will I get a nice action shot. Nope, doesn't look like. Mother Nature's not going to do me good. No, never mind. Oh well. Lightning looks like it's coming in bursts too. It's very weird. It's not happening rapidly. It's not happening all at once. It comes in clusters, it seems like. Definitely very dark. Oh shoot, you know what? What's the radar looking like? I need somebody, whoever has access to radar Omega or something like that, somebody check the radar for me. I don't know, you guys are probably not going to be able to see it, but I think I can see the leading edge of it, and there's some lowering right here. You see that? Lowering clouds. There's the leading edge, I think, right there. There's the leading edge. I'm seeing some lowering in the cloud decks right over yonder. We'll probably see some really good lightning strikes out there. I just don't want to move. I don't want to move the camera too far away from the car because it's going to get blown over. And then we have our rotational cell off to our southwest. So it's coming in. We're going to see this part light up first. So we'll see it coming across the field. I'm definitely seeing a lot of lowering in that area. You guys can probably see it on camera. Let me move my hand right there. I'm in Haines City, right on the Haines City, Poinciana / Davenport line. Let me go ahead and get this close to the car. Might lower it just a little bit, angle this up some. You see, sorry, I know I'm not, there we go. There we go, angle it up just a little bit. All right. Yeah, I see some really there's like a delineation in the precip field right here. You can see very heavy rainfall there. There's a clearing right here. I can see the leading edge of it. We're getting close to game time. Definitely getting really close to game time. We got 30 people in the stream. Name a big city. Well, Lakeland is just off to our west. We got Davenport right in front of me. This is the greater Haines City area. I just saw the comment in there. Would it help if I went portrait like this? Why is my orientation locked? How do I unlock my orientation? You guys know? Also, North Polk City. That's close, right over here. I'm watching that area right there, guys. You can probably see it coming in on camera really well. Right here. It's definitely getting very dark. Very dark. Still not seeing a lot of lightning either, or I'm just turning and facing the wrong way at the wrong time. So far, I will say winds are kind of a bust. I can hear them blowing. I hear them whistling through the power lines. But I do think winds are a little bit of a bust in terms of what I saw in the models. They were forecasting 40, 50 mile an hour winds, wind gusts up in this area. And so far, I don't think we've realized anything more than 35 miles an hour. Maybe trying to get up to 36, 37, 38. Once I see this area starting to get very dark, that's when we'll know. What's the radar looking like right now? Yeah, definitely. There's got to be a setting in here somewhere. Maybe if I turn it this way, nope, orientation is locked. Why is the orientation locked? That doesn't make any sense. Lakeland is about 45 minutes west of me. I'm going to look at the radar myself real quick. Yeah, it looks like they're trying to bow out up here. There's little intermittent breaks, very small breaks in the most intense thunderstorm activity. I'm seeing a lot of shear, though, in the upper levels. The shear is definitely increasing. I think our upper level winds are increasing more than down at the surface here. Because I'm looking up, and you can see where the winds are just carving out features in the clouds. That is looking very dark, though, very dark. This is it. This is what we've been waiting for. Even though I know the worst of it was up over the Panhandle and along the Gulf Coast, but still, this is what was chasing after us all day long. You never know. We got to watch closely. You never know. With these quasi-linear systems, you do get tornadoes that just rapidly spin up out of nowhere, Another good reason why I'm here. Highest gust was 51 and Wildwood was supposed to be higher, but it looked like as the storm was moving inland, the storm line broke up. That's kind of what I'm seeing here. Hello, just finished homework so I can watch you. Welcome in. How close are we? No thunder. Definitely no thunder. It's very weird. Not a single thunderclap whatsoever. I can definitely see it on the horizon now. I can see the lower deck of the cloud cover out here. It is getting dark. It is definitely getting dark. But at the same time, I know we're also losing the sunlight too, so this thing needs to kind of hurry up. Very heavy rainfall falling right here. I'll openly admit, I'm not shooting for any major weather right now. I will admit I'm going to be a little disappointed if there really isn't a whole lot that happens here. Once again, another very valuable lesson not to fully trust the models 110%. And that's why I opt into doing things like this and coming out on the front lines. because so far what we've witnessed is a complete reversal of what the models have been forecasting for several days now, to include our HRRR FV3 3-kilometer NAM. All of our models were anticipating that our tornado parameters were going to come up right here, and they were going to drop on the west coast. And we actually saw a lot more tornado coverage on the west coast, and now it does seem almost like it's dropping off out here. Still looks like a very aggressive setup out there, though. I can definitely see it on the horizon now. I can see the leading edge over here. Let me turn the... Can kind of see very little brief glimpses of it on the horizon, just barely over that tree line there. This storm is not tornado warned. There is a severe thunderstorm warning for the system just off to our southwest that is trying to propagate in this area, that has some really good rotation with it. Not tornado warned, though. Nothing radar indicated. We got a lot of scud inflow happening out there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me see. Right here, lots of really good scud inflow on the horizon line. Still, we're starting to see very faint glimpses of lightning. But shoot, honestly, this is very disappointing. At least from where I'm standing right here. At least, I don't know, we still have stuff coming in. It's got to get a little closer. But as of right now, I can tell you for certain the winds are a bust. Winds are a huge bust. Very over forecasted by our models. Unless the gusts are suddenly going to ramp up here within the next 5 to 10 minutes. I'm watching everything like a hawk. I'm looking at all sectors. It looks very aggressive up through there. I got to screenshot some of these images. This will be good for my new profile picture. I'll tell you that much. At least we can get something out of it, right? What a shame, too. It looks like we're losing viewers, too, because there's really nothing happening. What a bummer. Yeah, of course I do. I want all the storm info as possible since I'm out here looking at it. I can't really see what's happening on radar or satellite. Definitely kind of seems like there's some lowering in the cloud decks over here, though, I'm noticing, as it gets closer and closer. All right, well, this is going to sound funny, but how close are we? And I'm not talking about the username. I'm asking, like, how close are we to this coming through? What an enormous bummer, too. I'm really not seeing any lightning off of this. Really not a whole lightning at all. There's some up to the north, but that's about it. There's nothing happening on this area here. This area just looks like dark clouds, and to tell you the truth, I'm used to that. I've seen that plenty of times out here with just regular garden variety thunderstorms. Gotta go Lieutenant Dan on the storm. What have you got? Show me what you got. I mean, I'll admit, low-key, it is getting really dark. The camera doesn't do it justice. The camera naturally ups the brightness, but it is definitely getting dark. And I know it's also because now we are losing the sun, but still. Lesson learned for the future, though, for sure. We essentially predicted the severe weather event right in that Panama City area, too. If you guys who regularly tune into the live streams, remember I had mentioned pretty much all the way leading up to this until maybe the last 24 hours, maybe 48 hours max, I had told you guys I wanted to get up there early enough to set up shop in Panama City, and had we done it, we would have got the tornado. It would have been a nighttime tornado, but we still would have gotten it. What do we got on radar? Somebody give me an update on radar, please, in the chat. Because there is some really good lowering going on over here and over here. Really good lowering right in front of us, right there where my finger is, right here. Really good lowering right there. Also phenomenal lowering off to the west. Man, I'm definitely ordering a pizza after this. If we don't get much of anything with this line coming through, I'm definitely going inside. I'm ordering myself a pizza, and I'm calling it a night until the next run. Dang, I will admit, though, this is pretty impressive. I know there's not a whole lot happening just yet, but I wish you guys could see this from my perspective. The camera, I'm telling you, doesn't do it justice. It looks like more blue in front of me. Yeah, there's some really good lowering going on right down there. It just got markedly darker. I think the leading edge is starting to settle in over top of us. It just got markedly darker. I don't know if it's picking up on you guys' end. Yeah, it's definitely getting darker. My eyes are starting to adjust. Eyes are adjusting. This is where I'm watching, by the way. I'll adjust you guys. That's where I'm watching. All through here. All on the horizon. Okay. Winds are coming up. There we go. Let's go. We can get a little more than that. Now I feel like we're hyping. Let's go. Come on. We can get a little more than that. This is what everybody's been all extra about for the last several days. By the way, I'm still seeing people completely ignoring the severe weather outbreak that we did have over the Gulf Coast into Texas and into the Florida Panhandle. I've seen folks broad brushing it, dismissing it, and that does kind of make me mad. That definitely makes me mad. Yeah, look at this. Right over here. That's really, let me turn the camera again. I keep adjusting. I know, I apologize, but look at that. That's really, we got a nice lowering over here. Let me get in there and make the thumbnail. Adjust, there we go. I'm going to just start doing random poses to get the thumbnail for this. Got to go full Jim Cantori like this, standing in front of it. These clouds almost look like they're coming down on top of me. I'm not going to lie to you. We definitely have a really substantial cloud deck in the low etage coming over top of us. Really good lowering here, really good lowering over there. This thing has to be nearly right on top of us. Very unimpressed with the prefrontal wind flow. And it doesn't seem like we have too much rotation either. There can't be much rotation out here. Okay. There can't be much rotation out here because it doesn't seem like we've hit an RFD slot or anything like that. Although I will admit, y'all can see my hair, we're slowly cranking the decibels up just a little bit. Still really disappointed we don't have lightning going on though. I thought we would at least get a lightning show from this. Lightning, winds, and then maybe, you know, some other stuff. But there's no lightning out here either. What the heck is going on? There's no way that we're cooling already. Because the surface cold layer would have to come through first. It's the warm layer that stacks ahead. The surface cold layer would be back behind it. And then your upper fronts would stack 200 to 300 miles back behind it as well. One person lost their life today from the storm. What a shame. Oh, this was more historically disappointing for me, truthfully. This is very historically disappointing for me. I'm the one who told you guys that the game plan was to hike it up to Panama City. We didn't do that. And then that was the one spot where they were like, okay, big tornado, long track tornado. We could have followed that thing too. All right, yeah, I'm thinking about, I mean, we'll wait it out. We'll wait it out a little bit longer, but we're losing a lot of that really gratuitous lowering here. It definitely looks like we're just going to get a lot of rain with it here momentarily. I'm losing confidence. Definitely losing confidence. Even the winds are very wishy-washy too. It doesn't seem like the winds are doing very much anything either. You'd think they'd just be steadily, slowly increasing with the leading edge being right in front of us. Because where you see all this rain and all this precip, that's the leading edge of that cold air that's coming through and scraping the atmosphere. So you would think on the leading edge, we're getting just a rapid influx out of the south. But it honestly almost seems like the winds are tapering off a little bit. Starting to get a little bit of sprinkling of rain. It looks like there might be some light rain coming across the horizon down to my southwest. We might as well shut the channel, pack it up, boys. Yeah, right? I just went outside and it's windy, getting dark. There's lightning and thunder, but no rain. What a bummer. You guys are getting all the lightning. You guys are getting all the lightning, all the other stuff. And I'm gonna kind of self-roast myself here. Although I'll admit, looking at this background with my lapel pen on, or my lapel mic on, this would be a pretty cool time to explain thunderstorms and do all kinds of, you know. And as you can see over here, and then back over behind my shoulder here, you know. But all right, it does still look kind of menacing off in this direction, I'll admit. We'll see. Maybe it's still not close enough. Whoa, we got blowing dust. Winds are picking up, I guess. We got blowing dust over here, guys. Look at that. We got blowing dust. You guys might not be seeing it on camera, but there's blowing dust across the street over here. Yeah, look at that. Dust is really going. I can see it. Maybe that's the RFD right there. Maybe we're about to get into it here in a second. Dust is blowing across the street big time. Maybe this has got to work its way this way, and it's going to hit us here in a moment. I might want to grab hold of the camera just in case. Might be hard for you guys to see, but I can see it. It's slowly working its way this way. There's definitely blowing dust lofted. It's moving all through this field here. Now let's see if it stays right there or if it actually comes this way. No. Even that little moment of whoa was a bust. Why is that random biker going back and forth all annoying? I don't get it. All right. Now everyone's being idiotic over here. They better not take another power line down like the other day. Let's go. What? Oh, this is Winter Storm Finn. Come on, I'm going to do the rain dance. Bring it in. Let's go. Really amp it up, please. Let's do something. There is a bit of narrowing right in front of me here. Low-level jet component is still pretty crazy. You can see the rolling clouds out over this way. Yeah, you know, I mean, there is still a little hope right here. Let me see if I can get, there we go. Right here. It doesn't look as impressive on camera, but right there, it does look fairly menacing. Lots of heavy rainfall just off to our southwest. It does seem like the rain is starting to pick up just a little bit. Moving northeast at 45 miles an hour, 60 mile an hour wind gusts. We'll see. We'll see. If there's large hail, I'll literally still stick it out here. Because unfortunately, this car is not going anywhere. We don't have room in the garage. There goes the blowing dust again to my south, or I should say my east. It's like the winds are stronger right through there. We're not getting enough of it. Maybe the houses are blocking the low-level flow. That's wild. I didn't think it would have that much influence. I'm definitely seeing some really good funneling from the construction in my neighborhood. All that blowing dust is going into the field. Looks like there's weak indications of inflow right in through here. Very weak indications, nothing too crazy. We'll have to watch. We can still see it on the horizon. If I had to look anywhere, I have the camera pointed right where I'm watching. Central or northern Brevard. That's a hell of a drive right now, Ethan. If I were to start driving for Brevard County, that would take me at least a little over an hour to get there. I'd probably miss it once again. What are you guys seeing on radar? What are you guys seeing on radar? Because I'll admit, you know, it's not impressive, but if you guys look, looks like there might be very, 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 very minuscule rotation right in through here. Because the clouds bow down right through there. You get a little bit of lowering on this side and then a raising on this side. Are there any signs of any gate-to-gate coming at me? Because, I mean, you know, maybe on your perspective it doesn't look that crazy, but right here, that kind of looks like, I don't know. That's west. This is due west. Of course, there's a tornado warning in Orlando. Still too far away. That'll be a 45, 55-minute drive right now, knowing traffic. But if there's a tornado warning in Orlando, that means that this area here could try to do something. And maybe this is what we're trying to see. It's trying to wrap up right there. It actually does look pretty impressive on camera right now. I can see it right here. This is what I'm looking at. This area here. It's trying to do something, maybe. Anything at all on base velocity, any elevation slice of base velocity. Okay, so we are starting to see a little bit of rotation. I should have camped there. I was literally just there, what was it, yesterday or the day before yesterday? Yeah, I don't know, guys. It is looking pretty impressive in front of me. Maybe we just had to wait it out just a little bit. The winds are slowing down, though. The winds are really slowing down. It is dark out here now. I'm surprised the camera's still picking us up as well. Oh, I'm glad that it was a bust down there in Sarasota, more or less. Yeah, I can definitely tell it's about to rain. Looks gnarly just off to my northwest. Let me pan the camera over real quick. Look at that. That's looking pretty gnarly over here. See, what's wild is you would think this looks like a really solid gust front. So you would imagine that there'd be a lot of lightning strikes on the leading edge of this. I thought we would be seeing lots of cloud to ground. Same thing with over here, guy. You know, I don't know. I kind of want to look at the radar. That's looking pretty good. I'm going to move the camera a little bit closer to the car, but look at that. Right there and right there. This is incredible, actually. Truthfully, even if we don't get much out of this, this is still a spectacle to look at, I'll tell you. It does look like this wants to rotate, though. There's a lowering right there. Tell me you guys can't see that. Right here, there's like a giant-looking little lowering right there. Right in through here, right there. It almost looks like it's trying to produce something. We got some really strong winds. Might be some straight line winds in this. I think we might just get something out of this after all. We got to watch. Looks like there's some clear slotting right up in through here. You guys can see that on the camera. Here we go. All right, here we go. Starting to pick up the winds now. Very, very, very surprised that there is no lightning on this. No lightning whatsoever. Phone gonna fly? Hope not. What was that? Did y'all see that? What was that? Did we just lose power? Was that a power? Was that a power flash? Did I turn away from a power flash? Lights are still on. I just saw green and red in the camera. Did you guys see that? Oh shit. Pardon my language. Did we just have a power flash? Power's still on. Oh, it just got really cold. It just got really cold, markedly cold. It is right on top of us now. It has to be here any moment. It is chilly. Chilly. Temperature's dropping fast. I'm not even joking. Wow. Temperature is really dropping. Easily about 5 to 7 degrees instantly like that. It is cold. Air mass change like this. There it is. There's the front. Front is coming through right now. This area is doing something. This area right in here is definitely doing something. Is this that storm off to the southwest that was producing earlier? Wow, big difference. It is cold out here now. Instantly, the air mass just swapped on us. Now I see what you guys are talking about. That's crazy. We got inflow right here. You guys can't see, but we have inflow right over here. I think I'm going to have to take the camera off the tripod in a second. Winds are definitely picking up now. Might be coming right down this street. Yep, we're in it now. We're in the front. We're definitely in the front. We are definitely in the front. Winds have totally changed direction. We are now out of the west. We're due west. Rain is coming down big time. It's a cold rain. That was awesome. I will take that as a wind. As a win. I will take that as a win. Here we go. I'm going to switch out. Putting the tripod back in the car. Winds are picking up. Thank God I'm in my rain gear. And my boots. Yep, winds are really picking up now out of the west. Definitely picking up out of the west. I'm going to try to stay out here as long as I can. You think that's a developing tornado? We got really strong winds. Look at the winds going across the street right here. That looks like it's trying to do something right there. Got to throw the tripod in the car. Get my OtterBox case back on. Yeah, winds are really picking up. I don't know if you guys can hear the clattering. Oh, yeah, wind. Definitely big time wind. Very chilly. Very chilly. Definitely a totally different air mass here. God, that hoodie's not going to do anything. I'm going to duck into the car. Ah, that rain stings. Ah, that rain stings. Wow. I got to turn the other way. That rain really stings. No hail. No hail. There's the leading edge of it right behind me. That's the front right there, guys. We are in a totally different air mass. The winds, the pressure, the temperature changed in the blink of an eye. Totally different setup. That might be hail. I'm not going to lie to you guys. My meteorologist sense is kicking in. This might be hail. I'm seeing you guys see the greenish tint here? Am I just seeing things? I think I can kind of see a greenish hue right here. That might be hail. I need to get in the car. Where did I go? Oh, it's that dark in here. Wow. All right, I'm going to wipe the phone off, get my case back on, and then try to go back outside for a little bit. Oh, I know it's going to fog up instantly. It's a real big bummer with this. Let's see, what's happening out there? Winds are not that impressive, I'll tell you the truth. Seems like there might be... Sounds like the rain is actually calming down. The rain's calming down a little bit. Rain is calming down just a little bit. Doesn't seem like it's coming down as hard. I love how there's still people driving around like nobody's business. Yeah, the rain is dissipating. Kind of hear gusty winds. Or abbreviated gusts. What the heck? The rain just stopped. Winds are still ongoing. Jeez, what the hell are you doing, dude? I think that might be it. Either that or it did what usually always happens to me and it split in half. I'm seeing real dark stuff over here and it's clearing up over here. I think I'm going to kick it in the car a little bit longer. Wow, that is cold outside. It is definitely cold outside. Definitely very cold outside. Alrighty, guys. Let me get my light on. I do have my light in here still from earlier. There we go. And it just covered itself. There we go. Here we are. We're back. We're back in the dark, in the darkness, chasing again. Why does it? There we go. I was gonna say, why does it look like I'm right up in front of the camera? Well, unless the heaviest rain is out in front of me right now, I do kind of hear bigger drops. Yeah, bigger drops are starting to settle in now. I am near Winter Haven, just down to my south. 25 minutes. 25 minutes down to my south. There we go. Now it's starting to ramp up. Just a rain event, it seems like, though. Feels like the winds are blowing. Yeah, the winds are getting up there a little bit. Oh, well. Oh, whoa, okay, there we go. There we go. A little bit of gusty winds off of it. I can see why they didn't severe warn this storm, though. No hail at all. Just big raindrops. Yeah, thank you, Robbie Lynn. I'm in Haines City. Haines City, just outside of Point. I'm like kind of in a midway point. I'm not in the greater Haines City area. I'm more or less kind of right up against the borders of Davenport and Poinciana off to my east. There's some big drops falling. Northport moving east at 45 miles an hour hazard, 60 mile an hour winds. Now the heavy stuff's starting to come down. Maybe that wasn't really a hail core. Maybe it was just heavy rainfall. Very heavy rainfall causing a little bit of scattering with the light. Yeah, I agree. How close are we? That was the spot. That was definitely the spot. And I can humbly sit and think to myself, you know, I kind of called it. We did say we were going to set up there, and I kind of let everybody down by not doing and not committing at the last second. Yeah. All right, guys. I think we're going to go ahead and pack it in. It is 6:03 in the evening. I think that's that. I mean, we had some fun for a little bit. We had a little bit of fun there. If anything, what I might do is I'll just continue to look at model data and start getting ready to update some folks on this next upcoming severe weather event. Maybe we can talk about that a little bit and see what's what. But yeah, this is it. Some pretty cool moments, though. I mean, we did technically intercept. That was, I'll admit, you know, my inner weather nerd went crazy for a second when the winds and the cold air hit like that. I've never actually felt, you know, frontal passage. So that was kind of a little rite of passage there, if you want to put it that way. I'd have to really boogaloo, though, Ethan. That's the problem. That's the only reason I'm against it right now, buddy. I totally would agree with it. Has a line past you, or at least the most intense part. Kind of seems like we're inside of it now, the leading edge. That should have been the most intense part of it, especially with as fast as it's moving. When you think about it, if these cells are moving between 35, 45 miles an hour, they are going to be through you within like 20, 30 minutes. And that's the problem, Easton, as well. Sorry to derail the conversation, but that's the issue with going after it on the back side of it, is they will really be moving fast towards the coastline. And what the problem we'd have to face here now is where I'm at. We'd have to go through the greater Kissimmee, greater Poinciana area, and there's no way in heck I'm getting through there. No, I agree, April, definitely. There was just really no lightning with this. I still want to go back and see I want to go back and see what that green and red flash was on the live stream earlier. Can't believe I turned around when that happened. We're all fogged up now. But alrighty, guys. You know what? Yeah, exactly, Isaac. You're 100% right. That's my only gripe. If I was still on back roads up in the Panhandle, or even in this general area where the traffic is fairly scarce, I would say let's do it. Let's run it. It's still early enough, but at this point, I'd be going right through the heart of Kissimmee, Poinciana, and trust me when I say that's not fun. Yeah, I do think we're going to get a little bit of enhancement off the coastline, off the southeast coast. We might get another Fort Lauderdale repeat. All right, folks. That is all she wrote. We intercepted. I mean, we did intercept. We did say we were going to do that. Wait a second. Hold up. Are you kidding me right now, car? What? I just got my AC back. I no kidding just got my AC back. How the heck did that happen? What, did that power flash zap the car? Was that like an EMP? Not even joking. All day today when I was chasing up in the Panhandle, just blowing hot air in my face. And right now my AC indicator is not blinking anymore, and I have cold air coming out of my vents. What the? I mean, I guess I'm going to take it. I'm not going to argue. Definitely not turning the heat back up just in case. All right. Let me adjust the light again. You guys are losing me. There we go. Now you can see me a little bit better. All right, I'm going to start beelining it back towards my house once I start getting a little bit of this fog and condensation cleared up. Oh no, the car is fine, surprisingly. Like I said, yeah, look at this. Now the defroster's working just fine too. What? Wow, okay. I mean, I'll take it, sure, but I guess better late than never. Let me make sure I'm not turning into anybody here. I'm on a slightly off-road dirt path. Yeah, it's mainly just rain out there. We're really not seeing a whole lot of wind either. Bit of a bummer, I'll admit. Bit of a bummer, at least for me. We did our best today, though. Round two, I'd say we're markedly improving, right? Went from round one, which was entirely a bust, in my opinion, very close to it. And this was round two. We elevated it a little bit. There is heavy rainfall coming down now. It does look like we are in the heaviest spot of it, or the heaviest rain, I should say. Now I'm getting some wind. I'm going to turn the camera around. This just kind of came out of nowhere. We're getting wind now. Lagging behind? Were we lagging behind? I'm going to step out into this. Wow, wind's really going. I'm going in. I'm going in. Look at this horizontal rain. I'm not getting wet at all. Where did this come from? I'm gonna leave my phone right here. I'm going out. Oh, shit. Wow. Now we're definitely into 40, 50 mile an hour winds. Damn.